Doom Patrol, it's here. So I have been a huge Doom Patrol fan since I found out about it forever ago. Of course, Grant Morrison's run was the first one I ever read, but that caused me to go and read a ton of it, and I found that Doom Patrol, no matter who's writing it, always tells very unique, very creative, very imaginative stories. So when I heard Doom Patrol was coming back, one, I was excited. When I heard that Gerard Way was writing it, and that it was part of his own imprint, I was the most excited for a comic I think I've ever been, especially for a new, not new IP, but a new DC or Marvel comic. This is everything I wanted it to be as far as the creative team. You have Gerard Way, who's Umbrella Academy, Killjoys, and even, of course, his music, My Chemical Romance. I'm a huge fan of everything he's done. I don't think he's released anything subpar or anything that wasn't incredibly interesting and worth getting, worth reading, listening to, whatever it may be. So I was already down for that. And then Nick Darrington, the artist, wasn't hugely familiar with, but after seeing the preview pages and a few of his sample pieces and stuff, he's got such an amazing style. And this comic not only lived up to my expectations, but it blew me away. I mean, that's why I have some of the variants. I never buy variants, but for this, I want everything that comes out around it because it is amazing. I'm not going to get into too much spoiler. In fact, I'm not going to get into any spoilers because, for one, due to the nature of the beast that is Doom Patrol, it's kind of hard to spoil even if I wanted to without going just page by page of what is going on. Also, if you're just wondering if you should get it or not, go out and get it. It's weird, it's quirky, it's fun, it's odd, it's amazing. Nick Darrington, like I said, I didn't know a ton of his work before, but in this book, he combines some of my favorite types of art, where he has almost a Frank Quitely meets Becky Cloonan style, where it's kind of cartoony, bubbly, and very energetic, but still has this realism to it in a very comic-y way, and that sounds odd because it's a comic book, but for if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. The characters are amazing. The new characters that we're introduced to, Casey, Brink, and Sam. Casey's kind of the window into the world of Doom Patrol for a lot of people who have been reading, and that's one thing this book does incredibly well. If you're familiar with Doom Patrol, there's all kinds of little Easter eggs and little stuff that you'll recognize. If you're not, it won't bug you at all. Casey Brink being this incredible character that I love, her positivity, her just look in general, her and Sam, how much they feel like they're a part of the Doom Patrol world without even, with this being their first time there, they just feel like they belong, and that was something that could have very easily gone wrong because Doom Patrol has such a wide variety of crazy characters. Adding more is always a risk because you don't want it to be just there for another crazy character, but these feel like they're needed and awesome. I fit in perfectly. Casey, from her first few words, won me over. That's the other thing, the wording that Gerard Way uses in this captures this frenetic pace and this really punk rock excitement style that is just oozing throughout this entire issue and has me so excited for where it goes in the future. I could talk for a long time about this comic, and I will. If you want to hear me go more and more depth, I'll talk about it for probably a long time on the next episode of Blah Blah Comics, Blah Curse, where it's our podcast. But for this video, I just want to do a, not super quick, but a semi-quick review and kind of talk about it for a second. So yeah, the story essentially starts with us meeting Casey Brink and her slowly meeting the Doom Patrol world. And I'm not going to get into any more spoilers other than saying that, again, go out and pick it up. Do yourself a favor. This is a story I've read several times now. I can't stress enough, I don't normally do that. I don't normally buy variants. I don't, unless I have to for the podcast. I don't normally reread a comic this close back to back, where I've reread this 3-4 times now. And I just don't normally do that. Normally I let it sit for a while and then I'll come back to it. And that's kind of why I waited a while to do this podcast, so that I didn't want to this little video, I didn't want to come off of just reading that excitement, but that excitement's still there. Days later, after reading it 3-4 times, the excitement's still there. I am excited for the entire Young Animal imprint and excited for this world of Doom Patrol and see where it goes, what all it picks up, what all it leaves behind. This is going to be a crazy ride. I hope you're going on this ride with everybody. Pick it up, go get it, and find out what's under there. Also, leave a comment. Do you say Euro, Gyro, Giro? I hear it a million different ways. But yeah, also cool, just cover-wise, you can peel that off, and there's a secret behind. I won't spoil, but if you've read the issue, you probably know what it is. Yeah, and that secret's going to go on a few things, so look out for it in the future. Until then, I'll see you guys in another video, review, podcast, something or another. Very inspiring book, too. Just inspires you to create and want to do stuff. So go pick it up, give it a chance, and I will see you guys in another video.